The order came down crooked, the line rode it straight, and still they dressed themselves like men going into church.
Morning on the Crimean dust, bits and bridles leather black, young men laughing in the saddle with the sun behind their backs. They had not yet learned the music of a battery opening wide, how the guns begin as thunder, then choose a name and ride. The bugle called, the sabers fell, no man asked why aloud. The old ones looked along the line and knew there was no way out. Into the guns, keep the line, down where the valley narrowed. Into the guns, keep the line, under canister and iron. Huzza boys, huzza no more. The smoke has found the brave, the young rode fast because they dreamed the old road straight, because they knew the grave. Some were laughing at the first turn, some were singing through their teeth, some were counting Russian muzzles on the ridge and underneath. Veterans set their shoulders lower, measured distance, breath and pace, not from hope and not from blindness, but because they knew the trade. The bugle called, the horses knew, the valley opened red. The boys looked forward into glory, the old men looked at death. Into the guns, keep the line, down where the valley narrowed. Into the guns, keep the line, under canister and iron. Huzza boys, huzza no more. The smoke has found the brave, the young rode fast because they dreamed the old road straight, because they knew the grave. One rider cut across the front, his saber arm flung wide. The first shell took him from the saddle and left the gesture riding. Canister broke like iron rain, grape shot crossed from either side. One horse screamed and kept on running, one man fell and still held tight. Close the gap, dress the line, do not let the center go. There are orders, men can question, there are orders, men only show. Mouth of all that thunder they went in with lowered steel, not as statues, not as legends, but as hungry men who feel. One boy shouted for his brother, one old sergeant cursed the sun, one turned pale and kept his bearing until bearing came undone. Into the guns, keep the line, ride where the bugles send you. Into the guns, keep the line, even when the line grows few. Huzza boys, huzza no more. Let no bright poet lie. The young rode in before they thought the old road knowing they would die. The order climbed back empty, the valley kept the sound.